This Hexbot's wall crawler gecko is one of the coolest toys I've ever seen. Now, if you've seen it before, it's pretty straightforward. It is a crawling robot, so you can turn it on. You can let it crawl across flat surfaces. But where this one gets unique is it can actually climb up walls and even on the ceiling. And so the couple questions everybody wants to know is, one, does it leave a mess on your wall? The answer is no. It's not sticky. That's not how it attaches to the wall. And it's not grabbing anything. So it doesn't matter the surface of your wall. It's not going to mess it up, and it will attach. The way that it actually works is more of a fan. And so there's a fan that's basically pushing or sucking it to the wall. And so to do it, all you do is you press it. You'll hear it now. Put it on the wall. And it's as simple as that. Now, it will actually go on the ceiling as well. The fan is just strong enough to hold it there. So if you can put it up there, it'll go on the ceiling. The other thing that I will say is it robust? It's going up walls. And so what'll happen is sometimes the kid will get too excited. They'll run it all the way up the wall. It'll hit the top and it'll fall down. It will not get damaged. It's very lightweight. You can't tell here, but the tail is rubber. The pieces and the legs are very lightweight. So there's not much weight to it. And so if it does fall, it doesn't get damaged, it doesn't get broken. We have already knocked ours off the wall, off the ceiling, onto the ground from as far up as it'll go many, many times. Because it's so lightweight, it just doesn't get damaged. So it's not gonna scratch your wall, it's not gonna leave any marks or anything on it. It works great. The kids absolutely love it because of how fun and how fast it works. It's just a really fun toy and a really cool idea. This little RC helicopter is a ton of fun and it's super easy to use. I'm gonna show you exactly how. So you've got batteries here. This little thing on the bottom is just a battery pack. It pops off, you plug it in. It comes with 2 of them and it just snaps on super easy. This whole thing is very lightweight, as you might expect out of a helicopter or something that's gotta fly in the air. But with the controls, it's super simple. On this side, all it's gonna do is just purely go up and down. That's it. No left or right whatsoever. Up and down, that's just gonna control your altitude. On the other side here, it's a full rotational joystick. And so that thing can go left, right, forward, back, and that's how you control it. So there's a take off and land button. And when you press that, it's gonna go in the air. So let me show you what that looks like. All right, here we go. So now it just hovers, basically. If I wanna take it down, I press the down button. If I wanna take it up, I do the opposite, press up. The rotational joystick, when I do that, it'll spin or it'll go forward, it'll go backwards. I can make it, come to me, make it back up, do whatever I need to do. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually very, very easy to control. I'm trying to put it in the center of the screen here so you can see it. There we go. There's also, you can change the color of the lights. There's a button here. So you can see how this is cycling through green, blue, purple, yellow, red, all the things. But it's super fun and super easy to use. When you're done, all you gotta do is just press the land button and it'll slowly come down. It's as simple as that. All right, we just got these Bunmo wooden stacking blocks in. There's 40 pieces. This is the extra large kit. I'll show you exactly what it comes with, and then I'm gonna let you see kind of how my kids play with it. So it comes like this. It's a nice package. It's kind of got everything stacked there. And each piece is really just a carved hunk of painted wood. And so you can put it up. You can kind of balance it on various sides. There's wide sides that are super stable. There's very narrow sides where you would need to kind of counterbalance it. And so just like you've probably seen those videos online of people stacking rocks, these are meant to replicate that just in a more colorful, easy to do fashion. And so you can see how you could kind of quickly start to do some different things with it. Maybe you can stack it and separate it. But my son is very creative with this kind of stuff. He loves to build towers and things like that. And so I'm very curious to see what he can stack with these and how tall he can go with it. So I'm gonna show you some of his creations right now. So here's my older son playing with it. I've got it sped up to 3 times speed just so that you can, kind of get the overview of the full thing. But you can see they're really easy to figure out. You can see him kind of twisting them in his hands, figuring out where the easiest side to stack is. And that's where you can get creative from, if you want to build it high, you're going to use the more stable sides, of course. Or if you want to get really unique with it and try to do some odd kind of geometric shapes where it looks like it's out of balance, but it stays, you can use some of the smaller sides. And so it's really fun. Here's my 4-year-old playing with it as well, which just shows how approachable it is for kids of all ages. Here's a couple other creations they did after I stopped videoing. Just a really fun set. Highly recommend this for everybody. All right, so I've got these super sensory stretchy strings here from Bunmo. These are really fun. They're super simple, first and foremost. They are a rubber stretchy toy. They don't really serve, they're not something that like you stick them together and play games or anything. They are there purely for their tactile sensory feel, and they are really satisfying, if I'm being honest, to hold. They're made of a firm rubber. Each one of them actually has a different level of firmness, and it kind of gives you that on the back, so you can tell, like, when you pick this one up, this is the softest one because it's got all the little, strings and stuff on it. But the kids absolutely love to play with these. They feel fun. They're really stretchy, right? They stretch really well by themselves. You can actually take the little ends here, and because the rubber is almost a little bit grabby, you can kind of put them together, right? And then make like a little ring for it. And so you could make a bracelet or something. But they're just fun. This is the most firm one here. And you feel the difference in this one than you do with the blue one, but there's different colors, different designs. I'm going to show you what they look like up close, but really just satisfying to play with. My wife is actually a school counselor. She is going to take this to school with her and let the kids, as she's talking to them and doing all that stuff, kind of gives them something to focus on and just play with while they're having other conversations and stuff. But it's just, honestly, it is a satisfying, thing to hold. It just feels good. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's it's just something that when you see it, you're like, you kind of feel compelled to, I want to pick that up. I want to play with it. And so it's a fun thing to do, but let me show you them up close. All right, so here you go. You can see the different, it's got the names and the textures on the back. So car wash, rope, line and dot, rock wall, snake skin, and ribbed. This little guide here, the more of the red it has, the more firm it is. And so this ribbed one is your most firm, and then snakeskin, rock wall, line and dot, rope, and the car wash. So it's just really fun to play with. The grip, the color, the texture on them. They got these little like tabs on the end. It's just a really nice, and fun, satisfying thing to hold. Like I said, you can kind of press these together. It'll hold its shape a little bit, so you can make a loop, do whatever you want, but something the kids are going to enjoy. It's just fun when if you're watching TV or you're having a conversation, whatever, it just kind of gives you something to fiddle with, like a fidget toy or something else, and kind of, take a little bit of your attention there. So it'll do really well at my wife's school. Boys are going to love them. Really happy to have these. This mini basketball hoop is absolutely fantastic. It is a great toy for adults and kids, honestly, to play with. It comes with these basketballs. There's 3 of them, I believe, in the kit. They're very fun to hold. They're like the perfect size for little kids, but also for adults to play with, where they fly really nicely. You can attach it to your door a couple different ways, but it's just a really nice hoop. It's got a good sound to it. It's pretty rigid, but it also bounces around. On the hoop side of things, the backboard stays still, but the rest of it bounces. It makes it really, really fun to try to make shots on this thing. My son and I play this all the time. We shoot from all over the place. We have thrown 1,000 balls against this thing. It's still holding up really, really nicely. Highly, highly recommend this in terms of over-the-door basketball hoops. It's just a really fun thing to play with, to be honest, and something that we're going to use for a really long time.